And here we are yet again on another map, which we don't see quite so much. We are on Yucatan, I think that's how it's pronounced at any rate. In the green, for playing for CKF, I always go to say KFC when I say that, but CKF, we have Duck playing in the green as the Huns, and over in the blue we have CKF, Mr. Yo playing as the blue. Both these players, I would say they're both quite well known, or at least you should anyway. I would say they're both equal to above 2.2. Mr. Yo, as we know, I think he took out 4th place in Masters of Arabia, so that's always good. And the map, which we know is, for those who haven't played it, it's really food heavy if you look at it. You get a lot of sheep or turkeys to start with. You get your 2 forage bush patches, as we've got here. You get like 3 boar from memory. Yes, there it is there. 1, 2, 3. And for you, we should have 1, 2, and there should be a 3rd around somewhere. 3rd there, and usually got a massive deer patch as well. It just depends where it spawns, really. And then as well, you've got these little clumps of extra turkeys, boars, things like that around. So I would say that the map's pretty food heavy, honestly. But it's kind of like Arabia in the way that the wood's spread out, which is something interesting. It is all around just in little clumps, not little clumps I guess, because little clumps you get on Mega Random, but big clumps of forest, and it's definitely wallable. The other thing is we've got this stream in the middle here, kind of like Highlands, except it's got quite a few areas where you can go across. And you can get bigger ones, smaller ones, naturally, all the way they go. So, apart from that, not really a lot to say. So let's check out on the scouting right now. I would say that both players definitely know what map they're on now. And another thing as well, generally the population up on this map seems to be a lot higher than Arabia. Well, from what I've seen at any rate. Usually around like 27, I think, from memory. But that's an interesting one there. So, a Duck just scouting out across. Got quite a good scout line at this point. Mr. Yo, I'd say the scouting's about the same. If not, Duck's a little bit in front. Is stealing 2 of his opponent's turkeys, though, because, you know, all's fair in war. Going for those deer now. And are you actually going for deer? No, you're not. You're on berries, and you're not. That's going to be a big boost for Mr. Yo there, actually. Luring his extra boar. Well, how many's he got in? He's got 2 in now. Has he spotted that 3rd one? Yes, he has. Brilliant. Duck, how are we doing over here? Looks like you've got your 3rd boar in. Looks like that's going to be a good advantage there, but of course you aren't on those deers yet, which is going to give you a little bit less of a bonus, I guess. Farms will be going up earlier. Bit of an early barracks here for Mr. Yo, actually. Could be seeing a drush when this one goes out. Interested to see if he decides to grab extra gold there, or has he done loom yet? He hasn't done loom yet, so he might go for it without loom. That could be interesting. And you don't want to lose a village to that boar, of course, so I'm just going to keep a quick eye on that. Nothing too ridiculous going to be going on, and of course that villager will survive because he's a really high level place. But yes, creating those militia now doesn't look like he's going to be getting the extra gold, so it looks like he's going to go without loom for a bit here. And still trying to steal a few turkeys there by the looks of it, but scouting is complete, and I don't think that... Has Duck seen the barracks? No, but he's about to. No, he's not. He sees the villager getting the gold, though. So he's going to expect there is a drush on the way now, because you need that extra 10 gold to make it. If Mr. Yo had lent off on making it for a little bit, he probably would have got away with it. But no. 22 population up for Duck. Mr. Yo on 29. There we go. Big up for him, and of course his score will be a lot higher, his economy will be a lot better going up, but his opponent of course going to be able to get those archers out fairly easily. So in roll the militia, going to be able to do a bit of damage if they can get into the right area, especially if he manages to catch these villagers over here on the deer. And there we go. What are we going to see drop? The stable is going down. 2 farms, stable, 3 boar, what do you expect? The wall off is going down very, very quickly actually for him now, and I just heard something die. It looked like it was a scout, and killing off all his deers. Oh, that is harsh. That is extremely harsh. Anyway, Mr. Yo only just advancing now, so he's going to be extremely affected by this scout rush actually if it's done well, because he's not going to be able to have any spears out to defend from it. And if we look, his lumber camps are a fair way away, so is his gold camp, and we've got these villagers out on deer still over here, so this could potentially work out really, really badly. Losing his scout there to the spearman, managing to, well, still survive. Scouts being produced for Duck, so hopefully he's going to be able to do a bit of damage with these, catch up a little bit. He has lost quite a few units over here, but I guess a scout for a scout's evened it out. But Mr. Yo going up on that higher pop is going to be absolutely great. We can see that the wall-off is going down for Mr. Yo, so he does think he's going to be able to get away with it, but what do we know that he doesn't? Anything else along here where he can get across? It's close, but I don't think they're going to be able to jump it. No, the wall-off is down for Mr. Yo, so he is going to be safe from those scouts now. And of course, they could bust through, because they are quite a fair way away, especially this one over here. If he decides to try and bust through here, he might just get through it, because his opponent won't be able to get out. A villager to repair it in time, but apart from that, not a lot. Double archer in the blacksmith going down right now. Duck in front just at this point, and I think once these buildings go up, he's going to be pretty much in the lead. His militia over here probably going to get taken out by these scouts, honestly. Not really a lot they're going to be able to do against them. Of course, they are fairly strong units, but until they go up to men-at-arms, they really can't really take on a scout in that kind of sense. So continuing to push out, what are we seeing this? Are we going to see archer rangers go up? Blacksmith, and then archery rangers maybe? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what he's up to soon. 30 population for Mr. Yo, a Duck on 35, so it looks like he's starting to get a bit of an advantage here. But Mr. Yo on the score lead right now. Stonewall is going down for him right now. Hasn't started collecting stone, actually, and Duck's only got 99 there, so he's not going to be able to put a town center down without mining some stone immediately, which is always a bit of a bugger, because, you know, you always want to get those 3 town centers up, well, 2 up and have 3. So, continuing to just get all his resources. Mr. Yo going up to Castle Age. Duck sitting in feudal for a bit. He just needs 100 more food, then he'll be able to go up, and we'll see what he wants to do then. And just enough food, and there we go. Castle Age for him. Got a lot of wood there available, actually. Might see quite a few archer rangers go down for him. Could see him go knight, so that could be a nice change, but we'll see. Saying that, though, there is a dock. Could go for a transport ship here, actually. And yes, he's going to go for the transport ship, and it looks like he's going to try... He's not going to castle, because he doesn't have enough stone. Looks like he's just going to try and drop some archer rangers around here where he can't see him. But saying that, Mr. Yo's got quite a good area here. He's going to be able to see if anything comes across, unless it sneaks right to here. And then he'll still have to build quite a small area here, which is something quite interesting, because Mr. Yo's pretty much going to see it. Especially if one of these villages comes around here. And transport ship, it looks like Duck, no, he doesn't know there's anything there. This could go extremely good or extremely bad for him right now. And he's gonna go ooh, this is smart. And I know there's an attack going on for Mr. Yo any second now, but I want to see where he decides to drop these. And I'm actually gonna pause it here, because I want to jump over to Mr. Yo, see if he can see this. And he can't see this. That's brilliant job by a Duck there, managing to get those villagers in. And he's putting up the double archer range there. Looks like that could potentially be quite a bit of damage. These crossbows, though, not a lot they can do, because, well, there's not much they can really do. Fair enough. Any rate, we do have another archer range going up here. Still checking if Mr. Yo... Mr. Yo can see it. This villager here, by the looks of it, it's the one that just got the corner of it there. What is your plan now? How are you going to defend this? Town center is going up. Cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer. Crossbows look like they are coming back, because he's going to need help defending this one. So let's have a look what's going on over here for Duck. Cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer. Fair enough. Doesn't have the bodkin though. Fletching is done. These units here will be collecting gold. And it looks like Mr. Yo might just be able to hold this one off, because he does have bloodlines. Doesn't have bloodlines, sorry. So it looks like Duck's going to be the one to take this. Cavalry archer is definitely going to be a little bit more beefy. So this could be bad for Mr. Yo right now, actually. Taking quite a bit of damage for these cavalry archers. Cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer. Of course, keeping that production nice and stable. These villagers here, though, could get killed off if they're not careful. And still, Mr. Yo does have that armor upgrade, which Duck doesn't yet. But still, Duck has 20 more HP on each of these cavalry archers. Really helpful thing to have. And it looks like as well, Duck is outmassing, but I think Mr. Yo is definitely going to have the eco advantage. Just put up another town center, which is just absolutely great to have, because of course it gives you so much better production. Whereas if you put another one up, No, you have not. He is gathering stone though, so he could be going for one quite soon. Crossbows, of course, coming back to defend, but I think the cavalry archers should be able to clean this up, depending on the micro. But more cavalry archers rolling in for Mr. Yo now. He will be able to clean this up, actually. And this is actually really going to hurt, especially if he gets a battering ram out in here or a mangonel or something, just to try and do some damage. It looks like those villagers putting that karate training to use, trying to kill off those cavalry archers there. And it looks like Mr. Yo will be able to clean this one up. I didn't think he'd be able to, but those extra cavalry archers definitely put in what it needed to. Anything else interesting going on? Mr. Yo taking stone, so it looks like he could be going for another town centre. Duck currently on quite a low amount of resources right now. The only thing getting high is his stone, and I think that's because he wants to put down a few extra town centres. Arch is actually being produced right now by Duck. I don't know if this is a misclick, or yeah, it looks like it was just a miss hotkey or whatever he decided to do. So nothing too into it, but still, Duck reinforcing quite well here, so he is managing to hold this one off for now. And it's going to be a close one, actually. It's going to come down to if Mr. Yo decides to get bloodlines or not. And killing off this cavalry archer here, killing off this one, of course, and just continuing to fight this one out and chase him back across the map. It looks like, though, Duck will hold on to this position here, and he's actually going out with another archer range here, so he is really looking to put the harassment in. Siege Workshop has gone down from Mr. Yo, which means he's going to be able to get that battering ram out and start cleaning this up, like I said before. Mangonel as well could be helpful, depending. Could lose a few villages here, actually, if he's not careful. But these cavalry archers here might just be enough to make them go back. I don't know. It's going to depend. Of course, they are injured. Yes, so he is pushing them back, which is good. But, of course, more units will be on the way for a Duck, which means he's going to have really a lot of trouble trying to defend this one. And over here, how's the economy going? It doesn't look like you've seen another... No, nothing go up yet. Could actually see a potential castle drop as well from him, because he's starting to get that stone count up quite high, and it doesn't look like he's going for another town centre. So I guess we'll find out sooner or later on what he actually wants to do with that. Stable is going up for Mr. Yo now, which means he's going to be able to get out some knights, try and get some close harassment on them, especially if Duck decides to try and throw in some skirmishes. That can really hurt when there's knights coming in. So, going to be interesting to see what he goes for. Mr. Yo, what's the plan? No mangonel yet. Because, of course, we do know cavalry archers do quite well against mangonels. Of course, if they're microed well, if they're not, you're in a lot of trouble. So, well microed cavalry archers over mangonel. And killing off this cavalry archer here. So this villager here will be killed off, so a castle drop here at the moment doesn't look so hot. Battering ram is moving in, so he should be able to start defending, but these cavalry archers over here, again, going to be doing quite a bit of damage. But it looks like the wall off here is complete. I would say those two are touching, but you never know. Over here, it looks like the transport ship is coming back. I don't think it's going to be hurt by anything too badly. But again, this battering ram might actually be able to clean this whole base up if he defends it well enough with these cavalry archers. And again, doing a good job here, actually holding him back. Mr. Yo is starting to get a bit of a score lead right now, 400 points. Mainly, I would say, due to that extra town centre that he's got down. Mr. Yo on 65 population, Duck on 60. So it's actually quite close one there, because the cavalry archer count looks pretty close. But not completely sure right now. Speeding things up again, watching these cavalry archers just collide over here, something that we see in every Hun vs Hun game. Another battering ram is out, so he is starting to clean this up, and the worst bit is for Duck, these cavalry archers have nowhere to go now. They are stuck in this position, skirmishes are out, so this could actually be potentially really bad for him. He is going to have a small kill advantage here, but of course, Mr. Yo has finally got bloodlines, and it looks like the upgrades are completely even right now, so it's going to depend on really positioning micro and how well his battering ram does, because it's soaking up a lot of damage right now, and this is not good for Duck. I would say that potentially he's probably going to come out on the worst end of the situation right now. It is quite close though, saying that it's going to be a close game, but Mangonel is out, so this is pretty much going to tip the tide here. Duck's either going to have to really push into getting it. I can't tell if he's going to be able to sneak around the back there, but if he does, he's not going to be going much further, and it'll put him into an even smaller choke to get hit by this Mangonel, so something that's not quite helpful there. And battering rams, of course, just cleaning up these archery ranges. Are we seeing anything over here in retaliation from Duck? Mr. Yo starting to take out that extra score lead, and there we go, town center's being dropped by him, so it looks like we're going to go into a boom game from here. Just going to come down to really who does the most, and... shoot him. You can take, like, one more. Come on. And that's it for you. Oh, he does get the hit though. That is going to hurt a lot. Getting a lot of damage there actually. Good splash damage from that. Going to be able to really start hurting it. And of course that stable coming up for Bloodlines, as well as the ability to produce Knights, which I was talking about before. Knights, of course, are really good in these kind of situations when you can close in on them. And as long as there's not too many cavalry archers, you can do a pretty decent job cleaning them up. More archer rangers being taken out here, so this is really starting to hurt Duck, because they are worth 175 wood each, which, like I said, it's a really big amount. Siege Workshop going up for him right now, so we could see him just try and defend with some mangonels for a while. Or he could be going for a Fast Imperial, but looking at his resources, I don't think that's going to happen. He's on 56 population currently. All he's got left in Mistio's base is this one cavalry archer. If we ring the town bell, that'll be over. Mistio putting up another town center now, so it looks like he's gone up to 3, so he's still on par with his opponent, who just went up to 3 as well. And is it going to get killed off? Gonna garrison this one, or just let him go? Still don't think he's going to be able to get too much out, but Mistio defending that really nicely, putting out quite a bit of damage while soaking up as much as possible. He's got this still a scout and a spearman just hanging out here, and mangonels are out, so it looks like he will be trying to just get that defense that he wants and just boom it out. Duck on 50-60 population right now, Mistio on 82, so there's actually a big difference here. And that might be actually enough to really spin the game in Mistio's favour right now, because he does have a lot on his opponent, and he is getting a pretty good eco out, and he's really hitting the wood hard right now, so he could go into a massive cavalry archer combination here, or a siege combination. And what are they looking for? They're looking for this cavalry archer, but no, it's just going to hang out there for a while. And of course they will be targeting this blacksmith, killing it off extremely slowly. This mangonel here might actually be able to... Yes, that is going to hurt quite a bit of splash damage there, and if he doesn't move, this one... Just getting out of there in time. Quite a good plan. And it looks like these battering rams will be brought forward to the fight zone, really, so he can start busting his way in. Whether or not this mangonel is going to be enough defense, I'm sure we'll find out. Dark looks like he could be going for knights now, actually. Yes, starting to produce knights, of course. Going to be able to start bringing out that damage. Extra stable going down because he doesn't have any archer rangers right now, so he can't produce anything except for knights and, well, militia and spearmen. Because the barracks is just over here. Mistio currently up by 800 to 700 points, nearly 800 actually. I thought it was about to tick over there, but 700 point lead, quite good for him actually. Going to be able to really start making the lead count as well, because he's got 3 town centers down. He's not going to let his opponent catch up unless he puts down even more. Currently still sitting on the 3, so it looks like he's going to be pretty happy from there. And he's really going to be trying to bust into his base now and just finish the game really, because it's in late castle age, which is what I like to say. In late castle age is the point where we're actually starting to try and kill him. So continuing to fight this one out. Another, well, a monastery going down for Mistio actually. Whether or not he's thinking about advancing or collecting relics. Could be thinking about advancing actually. He's got quite a bit of gold there. And is he going for... Yes, he's going for the monk, so we will be trying to collect these relics, starting with this one. Another town centre going up for Mistio, so we might actually be able to push this one even further ahead. Siege Workshop is going down, so he's going to be able to start defending. Going to need a mangonel, though, to start countering these ones, which is really going to give him help if he actually does something with them. Which is interesting, but still going to bust down this barracks here. And it looks like he's going to get in and be able to do quite a bit of damage. The mangonel is out, so it's on defense duty. And in comes the army right now. That would have been a great chance to hit it. At the moment, hitting absolutely nothing because he doesn't have... Ooh, that one could potentially hurt. These mangonels here actually could do a lot of damage. Go for the villagers, man. And of course, knights not really taking damage from that. Mangonel here will be killed off. And again, all these knights will just be able to chase down these cavalry archers at this stage. They will be able to get a few villager kills, but I don't think they'll get too much, especially if they get boxed in badly. So that attack there didn't go quite so well for Mistio. It might be actually what Duck needs to catch this one up. Saying that though, a lot of resources available for Mistio. Duck, not so much. So this, I would say this attack, you can throw it away. It's never nice to throw anything away in this game, but you could definitely do it. 74 hit points left on that blacksmith. It'll be nice to see a mangonel come out and just kill it off straight away, actually, before that research is done. I'd love to see a researching animation on these things, like the fire moving or something. That'd be like the #1 thing I'd want if anyone does like a big redo of this game. And I'm not talking like Forgotten Empires, I'm talking like Age of Empires 2 HD or something. I don't know, but if someone did that, so you can see when someone's researching someone, so you can pick off the building, now that would be cool. But anyway, Cavalry Archers being produced again. These Knights not going to be able to do too much at this stage. Mangonels as well, not a lot they're going to be able to do. Battering Ram in there, then you're going to be in trouble. But still, 3 Mangonels on a stone wall, we know how that's going to go. Especially if it's undefended. I don't think Mr. Yo's actually got any Mangonels out to defend, so I don't think he's going to be able to... Wait, he's putting one out and he's bringing it to the front, which is good. It doesn't change anything, sadly. But still, it's going to be a close one here, actually. If Duck loses this attack, though, it might be it for the game. The castle is going up on the front right now. That is going to be great for defending. How are we looking for a Duck? No castle on the way for him yet. Town centers, we're still sitting on 3. Yes, we are. And the wall's slowly coming down. Castle just about there. Looks like the castle will be up just before the gate goes down, which is quite helpful. But I don't know if it's going to stop a big knight run by, which is what we're about to see. And I think we might even see a castle come up for a Duck right now. Duck heading up into the Imperial Age. Mr. Yo just in front of him right now. Lots of stables actually going down for Mr. Yo right now, so he's going to do pretty much a full transition into Knights here, which naturally once he hits Imperial, Cavalier, then Paladin. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how he tries to defend it. The gate's still up just for now. We've actually got a fire ship on the other side here for Mr. Yo, which was smart because, you know, there was a transport ship out. You can patrol around, why not? And this knight getting in here, getting killed off finally, and these ones taking quite a bit of damage as well. More and more knight production right now from Mr. Yo. So he's going to be able to hold this one off by the looks of it. And in fact, he might actually be able to out-knight Duck right here if he uses all his resources. He's got quite a few stables up and has the only thing he doesn't have going for him is the fact that he doesn't have that second armor upgrade, which Duck already has. A bit of mangonel exchanging here, something that we see quite a bit. I can't decide if this Cavalry Archers will be sent out to scout or to die. Can't really make up my mind there. Castle is going up over here, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty big fight in this section here. Losing another knight, which is not good. Mr. Yo doing a great job actually luring him in just to kill them off, which is absolutely great. A lot of stables out for Mr. Yo right now. Husbandary and Cavalier on the way, so he is going to be able to start out teching, and of course he's going to need to get a trebuchet out to deal with his castle here, which is already on. So very fast play by Mr. Yo right now. Currently only up by 400 points, so it's not a big deal right now. You could even go to say that Duck is definitely starting to catch up, but I don't think it's going to be enough, really. He's got a bit of resources available, but nothing near what Mr. Yo has that we've seen Cavalier. Cavalier is being done, don't know if he's seen Husbandary yet. Might have had that done when he started with the Cavalry Archers. What we're seeing here, anything interesting? Mr. Yo, what are you researching? Going for that armor, of course, which is really interesting, and don't unpack there, unpack over here where they can't hit you. Anyway... that's an interesting one. Not gonna complain though. Not gonna complain, I'm not the 2.2 here. Anyway, castle's starting to be taken out by the look of it, and that's gonna force a reaction out of Duck here. He's either gonna have to send villagers to repair it, or he's gonna have to try and engage down here. But the gate is going back up, and that's the price you get for moving your mangonels out of position. So he's not going to actually be able to do a lot here. The cavalry is starting to be really produced, and the +2 attack has been done for Duck, only on the +1 right now for Mr. Yo. Cavalier done for both players now, and this gate here will be able to hold them off, sadly. Anyway, another trebuchet is out for Mr. Yo, and it looks like this mangonel here will just survive, which is interesting. And trebuchets are out for both players, 2 out for Mr. Yo though, so I would say this castle should be taken down quicker. But because of that, he's actually starting the repair job. Anyway, what are we seeing here? We're seeing Paladin. Maybe in the one all the way back here. Paladin is being done right now for Mr. Yo. This is a big research. Increases everything about them a lot. Paladin being done for you, which is a question. It doesn't look like he has the resources to actually be able to do it. Mr. Yo definitely going to have a big lead here, and +4 armor, still got that +1 attack bonus. But once he goes up to Paladin, I don't think it's really going to matter. Castle's on 1,300, 900. It looks like I might just be taken out here. Probably one more volley. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to save this one, and I think that Duck knows this, hence the reason he's just camping out around here. And that should be it, there we go. And right now, I think it's just waiting on that Paladin. Once Paladin is done, there will be a big push from Mr. Yo, and this is stable over here, 71%. Once this is done, I think that Duck might just have to GG out of this game. Another stable is going down, so we are seeing a massive night fight here, actually. And here they come, they're willing to engage, and I don't think he wants to lose his castle. And I don't think he's going to be able to take it out in time. It might just survive this hit, actually. Yes, and bad luck, that's going to kill it. Actually, saying that is repairing it. Oh, 183. And it looks like that. 63 hit points. That was close. Anyway, attack. Well, upgrades are definitely in the way of Mr. Yo right now, evening everything out, but he's got the Paladin on top of that. Going to be able to take this out fairly quickly right now, and we're going to see the GG out of Duck really soon, actually. It's going to come down to really how well he can micro here. I don't think it's really even going to come down to that, because there is a lot of Paladins from Mr. Yo, and they are Paladins, not Cavaliers. They actually do, well, they're so much more effective. And I just don't think that Duck's going to be able to keep this one up. He has a few resources there, but he doesn't have the food supply and the gold supply. Whereas if we look at Mr. Yo, he's actually quite low as well, but he's doing like, I don't know, like 3, 6, 8 stable production, so fair enough. And it looks like this one here will be taken down eventually. And of course, villagers will be killed off here, whereas Mr. Yo has hardly lost any in this entire game. So it might, if he gets good enough harassment here, he might have to GG out just because of the harassment. Still though, the Cavalier hanging towards the back here. Looks like he's waiting for a good engagement. Could be going for Paladin. Let's have a look. Yes, 99%. There we go. Paladin has been done for Duck as well. Looks like he's going for the engagement now. If he actually manages to get enough out on their own like this, he might be able to take it. This will be close. But Mr. Yo, of course, just constantly reinforcing here. In comes another big stream. We do have trebuchets in for him. So the town center looks like it will be going next. And it's still pretty close. Saying that though, Duck is pretty much losing his entire base and economy here. Lost all his gold miners. I don't think he has any real gold left. No, he's got this small area over here, but still not the most he could be getting at the same time. His market slowly going down. Town center going down. The blacksmith has been killed off. And it looks like right now Mr. Yo's got an overpowering force of paladins. Shouldn't be able to do too much against this, especially with the trebuchets behind, backing it up against this town center. Villagers here will be killed off quite quickly. And that paladin there having to go at that farm. And what's he trying to do with these paladins? Is he just... A lot of barracks actually going down over here in the town center. Could actually... Pikemen being done there. Lots of pikemen being created. Could be trying a last stand kind of thing here. Just producing a ton of pikemen and trying to push him back. Halberdier going as well. Looks like these trebuchets should survive this. These paladins get picked off in time, they should survive. But still, lots of actually pikemen being produced. He might be able to push it back, but I don't think it's going to be enough to bring him back into the game. 128 population, declining rapidly to max pop for Mr. Yo. So you can see exactly where that's going. And Trebuchet just starting to try and pick on that lumber camp. And of course, right now, look, his base is pretty much being gutted. I'm happy to call it GG right now. I always like to leave a little bit of room for a comeback, and I usually say that, but still pikemen. I don't think they're going to be able to do a lot versus these paladins. They do have an attack bonus, of course, but when they're in mass like this, you really just, in small amounts, halberdiers just can't deal with them. It's close. If the production keeps up, he might just be able to hold it off. Mr. Yo is going to be back, we know that. If we actually look at his resources, 1k gold, 1k food, 1k wood, nearly enough to drop a castle if he wants to. So, I don't think it's really going to be enough for him to really do. And GG from Duck, right there, GGing out of the game, GG from Mr. Yo. Good game played by both players, a map that we don't see a lot of, and we haven't seen Mr. Yo in a while, or Duck actually. So I hope you enjoyed that game.